Coming to you live from New Jersey. This will be a very short live, but I want to describe the simulation because I get a lot of people asking me or thinking that I'm basically speaking in hyperbole or metaphorically that we live in a simulation whenever I want to explain as best I can the construct we live in when I describe a simulation. So let me just start off. This is a video game simulation. This is a holographic projection. A long time ago, the creator or the architect wanted to experience the universe. So they created this virtual world where we could come experience things like pain, suffering, love, anxiety, all the different emotions and a human avatar as energy. But each time they ran a simulation, mankind kept killing itself. You can go back to the dawn of time and find all the artifacts and things that were buried in the earth. They invented electricity, all these things. There's no new ideas that came here, but this is basically like the outskirts of the matrix. Now, what makes a great movie? The greatest movie would be if the actors on the movie set didn't know they were in a movie. That's why a lot of the times your life, I know you felt like was a movie. You say, my life is a movie. It's crazy. It is. And everything's connected through binary code, right? These are the codes, the zeros and the ones. 0 being the feminine energy, 1 being the masculine energy. Together, 1 and 0 make God. 10 is God. Even though God is really energy, God is existing as everything. God is the plants. God is the cell phone. God is everything existing as a part of an energetic construct. When you understand that, then you can move forward to, okay, how does that apply? Now, the CIA and the government already released documents that this is a holographic projection, that astral traveling is real, that you can actually concentrate and set the intention to fly places in your avatar. The other things like remote viewing, the fact that you can go inside somebody else's mind and see and read their thoughts, how could you do that if you were an animal? Like, it's just more proof that we live in a simulation. But the government already admitted it, but people weren't ready to accept the fact that we are the Sims. We are basically, you created a holographic avatar, again, where you get to experience things. So in this particular Free Guy or Truman Show set, none of the other actors are aware that we're in a movie. They're just going about and living their lives, and they're evolving. Meanwhile, a lot of us either were the black sheep of our family. You just go through different things and different emotions to activate your gifts. That's how you basically wake up out of the dream. This is a dream world. This world is not base reality. So, in saying that, it's star seeds. When I talk about star people or star beings, we had people that would jump in avatars or basically project their consciousness here as well. And they would, all of a sudden, we'd have gifts like they invented the wheel, or they invented fire, or they invented the cell phone. All of these things were at some point started as a thought out somewhere on the outskirts of the fabric of reality. But because they couldn't interfere, they planted the seed inside of somebody's mind. That's one thing I want to get across here too. There's no such thing as fiction. If it's somewhere in some galaxy, a peanut butter and jelly and hamburger and hot dog sandwich is the #1 hot ticket item. Every single thing that has ever existed, past, present, and future, exists. So when you understand that, you kind of you see that there's no new inventions coming. There's just sometimes there's some things that haven't been brought into our reality or this dimension or density yet. And so that just makes you understand a little bit more. So the things that we're going through now in the world, because you do have the archons, you have the reptilians, whatever you want to consider the opposite of us, the opposite of light, the people who activated us that have done terrible things in our reality, they play a role too. They are our brothers and sisters that chose a different path before Earth because everything has been selected like a menu. Everything has been checked off like Five Guys burger place. I want the lettuce, the tomato, the pickle. Give me the trauma. Give me the healing. Give me the shadow work. Everything has already been chosen. So these things happening in the world right now that we could get into in another live later are happening because they're speeding up the evolution of consciousness. We can say things like, man, it looks like Israel is kind of the bad guy and they're controlling the United States. Or you can look at the highest timeline of everybody's playing their role and they're speeding things up, because why not just keep manipulating the energy like you've been doing for a few thousand years? I mean, you could see kind of what's happening right now in the world and why the movie is moving so fast now, and there's so much negativity and there's so much hatred. For those of us who did work, I'm happy. How many of y'all are happy right now in the world? Let me just ask that. You're happy in this video game that you created. You're happy in your reality because you did the work. You have the eyes to see what everything that's happening right now with the controllers. And by the way, the purpose of this game, the purpose of life is this is a school. Because where we're from, there's no negativity. Where we're from, there's no violence, there's no hatred, there's instant manifestation. You come here, and this is a school for souls to evolve. And a lot of people are going through it. A lot of people are crying. A lot of people are emotional. A lot of people are feeding into the narratives. But you'll reach a level of enlightenment where it doesn't affect you anymore, that you love everybody, that you understand that these characters that played roles here, that was a part of their script. So, in saying that, what proof do I have that we live in a simulation? For me, I feel like I am the proof. And for people, like some people know, I bet a lot of neurodivergent people, a lot of people on the spectrum, that they see patterns, they see codes. They see a dog named Spot running by every day at 3:32 p.m. or something. Things just keep repeating in their reality. But in traveling around the world, it's the street names, it's the people I meet, it's the biblical names, it's the Islamic names. It's all of these things exist everywhere. It's like every simulation is different. The UK simulation is different. The Pasadena, Texas simulation is different. But it's all the same, really. It's the same names, the same translations, the same patterns, all connected through numbers. This entire reality works through numbers. It's all connected. So it's the proof, the main proof that I have is big up to the London simulation. I've died multiple times like a lot of y'all have. I'm not the only one who's had near-death experiences. You get to see that this reality is not real and that the soul is infinite, because a lot of people just keep getting stuck or have the fear of death whenever that's just it's everything's temporary. That's actually when you wake up, but that's a whole nother story. But I've met several people and interviewed people around the world that had similar experiences. I don't just speak in hyperbole when I say we live in a video game holographic projection of a reality. And that you do have people who played the villain role. You have people on the hero's journey. You have some of us who played all the journey, that you went through all the different constructs. But it's just to have an evolved lifestyle or an evolved consciousness to activate all dimensions, because the only version of you that matters, I shouldn't say that matters, because everything you do affects all dimensions and all planes. It's think interstellar. Think interstellar when the future version of you is communicating with the current version of you, communicating with the past version of you. It's all communicating as one. The scars you get, the tattoos you get, you didn't just go, I got a scroll of a tattoo on my arm on when the day Michael Jackson was buried, which is September the 3rd, 2009, which just happens to be the day I enrolled in kindergarten, of a scroll. Now, it means something to me that might not mean something to you, but I guarantee you, a lot of y'all got tattoos 20 years ago that you don't even know why you got it. But something was planted in your mind, and that tattoo applies to your life. This is what I mean, past, present, future. It's like a channeling. The scars you have on your body are from either the future or from the past, and it could be a galactic map. It could be anything. It could be something from the solar system. Doesn't matter. But everything's happening at once. It's like Hodor from Game of Thrones. Hold the door. Hold the door. You went back in time and traveled to see why was this dude an autistic dude that said one line the whole movie? Oh, that's why. This is how Again, everything is connected, all dimensions and all timelines. So maybe that's confusing for some people, but for those of you who are awake, like that's when you become the biggest threat to the system, is because your body and your consciousness reaches a certain level where you can move objects, you can read minds, you could telekinesis, teleport, maybe not teleportation yet, but you can do all these different things when you start to wake up, you evolve, and you heal, and you love everybody. You forgive everybody, you forgive yourself, you love everybody, you love yourself. That's whenever you get visited and have gifts. On the extraterrestrial side of things, we are the ETs in human form. We are from the future, but living in the present, again, it's all one, if you understand what I'm saying. So, in understanding that, we get communicated with, they're just future humans. There's no, all these things that they try to scare us with TV and programming, it's just, it doesn't even move our energy anymore. There will be something like the Project Blue Beam. We're so far ahead of everything that they're trying to throw at us in every timeline that we don't believe anything anymore. How many of y'all don't believe anything anymore? If you don't see it with your own eyes, does it even exist in your reality? If you didn't know about it from a cell phone or somebody posting a video, would you even know it? But still, you're not there. And this is where lately I've been getting this download of like Noah. In your name, you have codes in your name. Your name is not just Jonah Rogers. Your name is not just Courtney Maines. In your name, you have codes. And so those codes, for example, in my first name, if you take the J off, I have Noah. And Noah and Jonah were low-key like the same person, like trying to warn people, hey dog, the flood is coming. The flood is coming. Like, I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm not trying to spread negativity, but the flood is coming. It's the flood of consciousness. It's already here. You see it seeping out with them poisoning the minds of people with everything that they're saying in our reality, trying to get us divided. It's the same old timeline, black versus white, Christian versus Jewish or Muslim. It doesn't move my energy at all. Does it move yours? We're under attack. There's no unity. This is when I say, pay attention. There's only one, guys, it's us versus the system. That's the enemy. The enemy is the system that imprisons us all, going through this repeated time loop until more people wake up. Because if you went and told somebody that was existing as energy here that wasn't going to ascend this lifetime, they might harm themselves. It would be a free-for-all here of energy that was just going everywhere. And we don't want that to happen. The chosen ones don't want that to happen. The people that broke ancestral lines don't want that to happen. And, you know, I've been on this wave for a long time, and I know a lot of y'all have too, been trying to save people in your reality. Mom, dad, brother, cousin, sister. It's not for everybody. The World War III, I said this a long time ago, is the battle of consciousness. World War III is what's happening online. The hate, the division, and the programming. So, anyways, I hope I can go a little bit further in the simulation and tell you that Jonah is a program. Alex is a program. Jimmy is a program. Billy Bob is a program. Forrest is a program. We are all a set of algorithms that are split up puzzle pieces around the world. Each person has a unique source code or genetic DNA code that are like ship codes that unlock and elevate people's consciousness just by being in their presence. I'm an algorithm. I'm the Jonah program, right? It doesn't mean that you're like every single Jonah that ever walked the earth. But once you wake up and see the patterns, it's just like astrology and numerology and everything. It comes through just like it's like clockwork, man. We're programs. Now, once you start going against the programs, I could be an evil Jonah if I wanted to, but I don't want to be an evil Jonah. I want to graduate this lifetime because the kingdom of heaven is inside, but there's also a very magical place that we're all going to called New Earth. And some of us had dreams about spaceships and motherships and leaving here. And that's one thing that I know for sure has been embedded in my DNA, because I feel them. They communicate with me and through me. That's why I say I'm not in control. I don't know if y'all feel that. I'm not in control. I'm just a living avatar that whatever comes through me is meant to come through me. Whatever lessons that I'm meant to receive, or karma, or whatever I'm meant to dish out, however that works, I only live for the source. Well, I live for all of us too, because we're all one. But you understand what I'm saying. Christ consciousness is what we chose this lifetime, if you resonate. Because again, I feel very connected to Buddhism. I feel connected to all the different esoteric knowledge and secrets, especially Egypt. I feel connected to it all, because we are the all. I had a dream 4 years ago, that I was Ra, the sun god. I had a dream that I was Yeshua, that it was communicated to me. And then I started figuring out, we all are. It's not a competition. There's a lot of galactic beings walking around in this construct who tapped into the same knowledge, who tapped into the same consciousness. And each person here is equally important. Nobody's above the other person. Star seeds or star people are moderators in the game. You're a moderator. You're somebody who's played the game many times. You keep pumping galactic quarters up there somewhere and saying, damn it, I died again. Damn it, I died again. But this lifetime in particular, the deja vu and the synchronicities have been so strong. The pain and the suffering that we experienced this lifetime was so strong that we don't want to come back here, even though we love it here. I love Earth. I love everything about this whole program. I'm happier now. I can wake up today and look you in the eye and say, I'm happier now than I ever have been, because I have the gift of discernment. I have the eyes to see everything that's happening in the world. I have the love in my heart for everything. Mosquitoes, cockroaches, big, small, black, white, gay, straight. I don't care. I love everybody who chose to play this game. And I'm awake. I woke up out of the dream. I'm creating my own reality. I'm creating the world I want to see. And my world, when I walk out in the day, there's no hate. There's no violence. I don't even really see homeless people anymore. I have now created a reality that everybody is like kind of happy, and everybody's kind of in peace and love and light. And that's really what the simulation is creating the reality that you want for others, living your life in service to others, whatever that looks like. So that's really all I wanted to come on here and say. I know that, a lot of these topics, how do you prove we live in a simulation? We are the proof. We are the code. We are the cosmic keys to getting us out of this program and all out of this reality. Jonah Rogers, one of my favorite personal programs. Thank you. Algorithm says, 0010110. Time to go home soon. Galactic Federation of Light. Luke is one of my favorite programs. Do you know there's a Bible verse that has Luke in it? The sign, here's if you feel connected to Christ, and I love me some Yeshua, like y'all know. The sign of the return of Christ is Jonah. Jonah means dove in Hebrew. Again, I'm from Galveston, Texas, the head of the dove ley line. I was born on the 111th day of the year. My number in gematria is 1011. I'm a dove. You're the dove. We are the return of Christ. It's all of us. So if you're ever still doubting on speaking your truth or worried about pushing people away, that time is done. Now more than ever, the earth needs us. Can we agree on that? It's not like, and in reality, like I said, we've created a reality where it's only really the virtual world. But I do feel the need to come and spread light in certain places that feel very dark now. They just feel very negative when I say dark. So the gatherings are to come, meditate, increase the frequency, and increase the love in places, and help speed up the ascension process. We need our brothers and sisters uniting. It's only if you feel called to do it. Some of y'all have been broke your whole life, or rich your whole life, or you have so many people depending on you, or you finally found a place of self-love and happiness right now, why would you want to rock that boat? Why would you want to do anything? Because some of us know that we came to do something that nobody has ever done in the history of the simulation. Do you know that there's more people awake now than in the history of every simulation combined? Just like that video that there were 5 Neos that died before the 6th one was the one who broke the Matrix, right? Neo is an anagram for one, right? We're all one. We are all Neos. We're breaking it this time. It's already really broken. It's just watching the Matrix is a whimpering little bee. It is kicking and screaming and try to feed every timeline. It's not for us, guys. It's not for us. So Jonah doesn't mean dove in Hebrew. Just ask my Hebrew friend. Ask him what Yonah means. Jonah is the English version of Jonah. I'm not, buddy. I got the tattoo. I don't care. Anyways, y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm back on tonight. There's a creator called Laura. I'll be back on tonight live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss this. We're going to talk about binary codes and codes in this reality. We're also going to talk about some subjects that we don't typically talk about on here.